The purpose of this short clip is to assert my credentials, always difficult in our business where we're trained to be so conservative. But here we go. First thing we're going to do is go to IMDb. It's an international movie database. It's like a third-party gatherer of information. And it shows John Gaskin, a miscellaneous crew, producer. And then if we go down the page, miscellaneous crew, it shows me as production accountant down through, Mama, Devil, all these various shows. Goes down. It still doesn't have them all by any means, but it's got all the bigger ones. And there we are. That's IMDb, International Movie Database. Here's my resume. I took my resume and I started going backwards, counting backwards the number of projects that I've worked on in the resume. And I'm up to 50. Okay, so now what I wanted to do is dramatize with maps where I've worked. So I've worked in Los Angeles, outside of Tulsa, worked in Orlando, Baltimore, here. I've worked in New York, Boston. I think that's it for America. And then we've got in Europe. So I've worked in Berlin and Paris, Malaga down here in southern Spain, and in Africa I've worked here in Cape Town and between Durban and Johannesburg. Oh, and going back to North America here, I've worked in Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg, Toronto, and Montreal. There it is. So finally, in this little video, I wanted to show the PR gag that someone put together for me. This shows a list which excludes TV and low-budget feature films, and it shows the worldwide gross revenues. And these are all these films that are listed here I worked on. And the gag was to bring it up to $1 billion. We're just a bit short of $1 billion, but still it's fun. Now, Mama's doing really well in the market. I wanted to put a bit of personal touch on my resume. Confession of a Dangerous Mind, George Clooney, wonderful person. Short story. I happened to be in the lunchroom the first time George Clooney started work. He came in to make a coffee. We had this very fancy espresso machine, an expensive, good quality coffee, and so the line producer was charging $1 for each cup of this espresso coffee. And George Clooney came in. He said, "What's that canister doing there?" And I said, "Well, line producer would like to make back some money on the rental of this machine, so we're charging $1 for each coffee." So he reached in his pocket, pulled out three $100 bills, put it in the canister, and said, "Nobody pays for coffee on my shows, and when that money runs out, let me know, I'll put some more in." Well, needless to say, the line producer was kind of embarrassed that she never charged again. But that was the sort of thing that George Clooney did. Snowball fights, stuff like that. He was a really cool guy. Kevin Costner, really pleased with him. Is total professional, really knew what he wanted. Steve Martin, great guy. My goodness, he's really intelligent, and actually is a bit shy. And of course, this one was with Ron Howard, wonderful guy. Goldie Hawn is not a dummy at all. She's actually a very savvy businesswoman. Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez, good guys. Oh, Exit Wounds was very tough for me. Tough show, long, hard. Richard Poor here, I was actually impressed with Kirstie Alley. What a great, lighthearted, great person she is. Let's see, Meryl Streep. We shot this in New York and New Jersey. She's a consummate pro, as you would expect. This was Shia LaBeouf before he got a big name. And of course, here's character Marlon Brando. Alright, so that puts a bit of a polish on it.